You're here because Dragon Age Veilguard's out and you've worked up an appetite for PC RPGs with the absolute best graphics possible. And we're here because we made a video about exactly that. Here's the sting. Hello and welcome to ROG Global, where we celebrate PC gaming, which is basically a euphemism for stubbornly set every game to max settings and then embark on a multi-month upgrade project if we detect even 1 millisecond of 59 FPS. Because you want to be immersed, don't you? When you're role-playing at life, you don't get frame stutter in the car or bringing in the groceries, so why should you put up with it when there's dragons around and worlds to save and companions listening attentively to your every word? No, exactly. For their best high-performance PC gaming gear on desktop, laptop, or handheld PC formats, check out rog.asus.com. And for the best graphics in PC RPGs, keep watching. Thedas first wowed us all the way back in 2009, when it popped up in such a fleshed-out form, so deep in lore and intrigue, that as you played it, you asked yourself if you'd messed the previous 7 games that had built up all this impressive world. But no, that was the great trick of the original, and even though 2024's Veilguard is the 4th entry in the Dragon Age series, there's that same sense of a vast and unknowable world sprawling out in all directions beyond the vision cone of your epic quest. The trusty old Frostbite engine's deployed once again from EA's tech stable to power the visuals, and when you consider that its earliest deployment was in 2008, really Veilguard has no business looking this good. Character models in particular are full of detail, while it can paint environments like an old master. And it doesn't take too much out of your system resources to achieve it either, with the recommended specs calling for an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 or a Radeon RX 5700 XT. That means any 2024 ROG Zephyrus or Strix gaming laptop will give you great performance, and even older models should give you great results too. And now time to check into gaming's greatest road trip, cooking sim, and lads on tour 'em up to see if it's still looking absolutely spectacular. How's it going, Final Fantasy 15? Still gorgeous, are you? Yeah, of course you are. We don't know how Square Enix did it. These pixels are from 2018. They should really be past their sell-by date by now and stinking the place up, but look at them. If you were watching this footage at the Game Awards this year and then told it was coming out in 2025, would that seem unreasonable? No. No, it wouldn't. This is still a true test of any high-end gaming PC, like the mighty ROG Strix G16 CHR, with its next-gen power and Strix styling. What's that, the gameplay? Oh yeah, brilliant, yeah. You and your mates dress up in black, have compelling chats, and cruise around in a flying luxury car until an evil corporation stops being evil and you've mastered cookery. Any questions? No, thought not. How many times have you read, watched, or listened to gushing praise about this game? Despite the fact that developer From Software has clearly made it too difficult. I mean, how is anyone supposed to beat bosses like this without chewing through a sofa cushion? So, for this entry, we'll set aside all the details about that famously well-tuned combat system, the enigma of its story, the cool loot, the upgrade trees, and various combat styles. Let's just talk about what it looks like on your screen. And, yeah, wow. It's a perfect marriage of art direction, brilliantly detailed texture work, and a masterful eye for cool silhouettes. You can spot a From Software game within the first few frames, and it's that alchemy of all those elements we just mentioned that helps you to do it. That and the giant knights and the constantly rolling protagonist, granted. Even though it's running on the same game engine, Erdtree looks better than its base game just because it's so much more adventurous with topography and colour and scale. Very few RPGs look this good, and even fewer do it without melting your silicon. Speaking of... yes, it's Cyberpunk again. Wherever conversations about PC graphics take place, V is sure to follow, bringing a metric ton of ray tracing and gratuitously puddle-filled nighttime streets with them. Thing is, a year on from Phantom Liberty's release, Cyberpunk feels kind of complete, polished even. It's still the ultimate test of any gaming rig, even with super high-end hardware like an ROG Strix 4090 GPU. But it's also pretty scalable, and now the visuals are matched by some newfound depth to its RPG systems. The character you can build here might be incredibly specialized in one particular form of combat, like throwing knives or explosives, or actually never getting into combat and talking your way out of trouble instead. The only constant, really, is the ghost of Keanu Johnny Silverhand Reeves occupying your cyberskull. And it's that experience of sharing your cranium with an A-lister that makes this particular tale so remarkable, even in a genre landscape where the Blade Runner thing now feels pretty rote. Well, look who's sneaking in here among the big names like Cyberpunk and Dragon Age. It's Dragon's Dogma 2, the most endearingly strange, systemic, different RPG in recent times. Take a bow, Dragon's Dogma 2. Yeah, close enough. It's a sleeper hit of great graphics, this one, because it's so versatile. It's got a great character creator that will roll with the punches no matter how bizarre you build your hero, and then tries to make them look properly heroic. It does the same with your pawns, which are inevitably just as bizarre. And then it throws some of the most epic landscapes in all of RPGdom at you. Its aesthetic eye has been trained in the world of JRPGs just as much as Western titles like the Elder Scrolls games, and it's exactly that blend that gives DD2, to its mates, a unique flavour. There's Souls-like boss action, Skyrim-like NPC chatting, and then a generous sprinkle of totally inventive stuff on top, like the combat system and the way that your party members learn from their adventures off on other servers and then give you advice in your game. Pretty good at Dragons too, which, kind of got to be with this name. Right, let's give our eyes a rest now after that catwalk of RPG sumptuousness. Which upcoming RPGs are about to topple these giants? Should Baldur's Gate 3 have got a mention? Tell us down in the comments. Like this video for the algorithm boost, subscribe for more like this, as well as product reveals, performance guides, and tutorials on how to get the most out of your ROG hardware, and we'll catch you in the next one.